Hanzi asiri ere mukomana wekuimba nziyo dzemunyika. Tikati akakuudzai kuti kuna matande kwa baba charamba. Bedzi ndiani akakuudzai kuti kuna matande kwa fundisai. Bedzi ndiani ndauya kuchechi kuti ndizotsvaga Mwari. Handina kuuya kuzotengesa masidi kuti mundipe yenyu mari. Ndiani waronga izvi?
Mwari wakanaka.
Ndiani waronga so?
Mwari wakanaka.
Mwari wakanaka.
Mwari wakanaka.
Saka iwewe haikona kumaka.
Mwari wakanaka.
Ndinotenda Mwari nenyasha dzamakandiwanira. Saka ndinoda kunamatira vandaimba navo angu masahwira. Mwari ndinonamatira sniper, mupei simba rekukunda zvese zvakaipa. Gaspi warrior, muite player warrior, zita renyu agohaipa. Uyu aleke macheso dai maita aende kuchechi senge zvakata. Ndinzwe iwo tenzi mwana wenyu ndapfugama ndanamata. Uyu Sulumani panoimba achitibata munhu dai maita aimbe achiti Jehovha batai vanhu kusvikira vaziva. Mune simba muropa raJesu. Mune simba muropa raJesu. Mune simba muropa raJesu. Mune simba muropa raJesu. Maninja nevasoja
anomziva,
mashaki nemakorokoza
anomziva,
wedaingirandi kana choza
anomziva,
maketo yudzi hapana anoopoza
anomziva.
inonamatira.
Greetings people, what's up, what's happening? My name is Dr. Clarence and welcome back to TV7 Live, where we get to give you all the hottest and top trending topics. Big up to everybody who's watching us live right about now. Okay, top stories today. This is Sunday 9 December 2018. Yes, the last month of the year. Still more fires, schools burning, vehicles, more accidents daily, more than one. Mnangagwa spoils the cabinet with top of the range Land Rover cars, and ED Mnangagwa fight is escalating. Then there is another fight, Chamisa and BT. BT doesn't want to be left out in the GNU, so these guys are actually begging ED for a GNU. We're gonna be talking about that and more right here on TV7 Live. But before we proceed with this video, I would like to ask you for one favor. Please make sure you click the like button and subscribe to TV7 Live so that you never miss any of our videos. Okay, the least you can do, guys, is just like and subscribe if you have not yet already done so. And Itika, guys. Alright, okay, I'm considering some things, but TV7, I'm considering selling TV7 Live to ZANU-PF because you guys are not supporting the channel. Okay, so I think it will be a good idea if I just become selfish and sell this TV7 and make it ZANU-PF propaganda too, just because you guys are not supporting it, which is very, very disappointing. So what has been happening here in Zimbabwe? First of all, we have Thomas Mafumo is in the country, is in Zimbabwe. Yesterday he was in Gweru and the show was a flop. The guy actually cancelled the show, and do you know why? Vakashaya tambo yemagetsi yekutora magetsi kuti aende pa stage 25 meters, and these guys had to cancel the entire show. Tambo 25 meters power cable, you see. Do type is a mindset is that tina zomu Zimbabwe munomu. Then you wonder why kuti say moto iri kuramba ichingoitika. We are seeing fire after fire after fire in Zimbabwe. Vanhu vari muHarare tomboti hakuna fire brigade. Come on guys, are we not innovative enough to kill a fire? Are we not? Today there was a combi accident and 4 people died, 16 were injured. All right, like 4 people died on the spot while 16 others were injured when the commuter omnibus they were traveling in best attire and overturned near Stevens Farm along Masvingo Bay Bridge Highway. The driver was one of the 5 people who were seriously injured in the car accident. ma-accident awanda, and it's all coming back to our personality, our upbringing as a people, our values. Zimbabweans generally, we are we're cruel people, cruel to each other. Okay, yesterday I was watching this program, States runs What Would You Do in Top ABC News. One of my Americans are not dealing same situations. Here in Zimbabwe, do you know ukaona munhu achiba supermarket achita shoplifting? 99% of people will just ignore and go about their businesses. And if somebody can get a piece of it, they would rather get a piece of it. Because us as a people, we are a jealous people. So now if we can't kill a simple fire, how are we going to run a nation? Mafumu akashaya tambo 25 meters could show it. The show had to be cancelled after all the expenses. And here in Zimbabwe, something is happening again. Toyota wish. I'm glad this article was written by Lance Goma. Toyota wish reckless drivers, Zimbabwe's new serial killers. I'm very glad with Nyaya Yabuda. I talked about Nyaya some time ago. Yema Toyota wish model uka zembere wewe inofonyoka apa ndeerata. That's the biggest killer mu Zimbabwe, Toyota wish. And mu Zimbabwe muno mutine system yekuda kutedzerana kuti asina irombe chaitwa na ningi totoitawo, chaitwa na ningi totoitawo. That's why you see a lot of Zimbabwean channels are now trying to imitate my style of business. People you don't expect, you are now seeing them reporting because they are imitating. We have other people who are trying to become like me. Some went to the extent of getting me arrested. People have wondered why I stopped doing music in 2014. I went through a very difficult phase, and I don't know why people were doing that, and I was very, very devastated because of other people. In Zimbabwe, we celebrate mediocrity. We celebrate mediocrity. Vanhu vasina zvinhu zvine musoro ndo vatinoisa pa top, and they do anything to maintain that position. Okay, this subject is going to go on to the next video. Apparently, ED and Chiwega fightings vari kurwa, whether vakatanga vasingawirirani, whether toti fiction, whether ichi. In Zimbabwe, we have backbiters who create stories out of nothing. Vatengesi. So obviously, it's no surprise that Chiwega and ED are not in good books, or aren't they? Now the general who assisted Emerson Mnangagwa, Constantine Chiwega to get the presidency via a military coup in November, Constantine Chiwega is feeling that ED has betrayed him. Okay, so now Father Fidelis Mukonori, Robert Gabriel Mugabe's priest, has stepped into mediate between ED and Chiwega. Remember, ZANU-PF is having a conference already within 5 months, 6 months. ED up in power already. ZANU-PF people are endorsing Mugabe. That's why you saw some crazy people were saying age limit ya president inofana kuita pa 52 years. Then we also saw what happened for commission of inquiry. That commission of inquiry was meant to humiliate and to make everybody hate General Constantine Chiwega. Then it turned other ways. Hence, the report was not released. If the report was putting Chiwega under the bus, I gonna kuita mawani. You also mana Valeros Banda Mapurisa Chichi, they were saying things as they were. And it Zimbabwe wanoro kuti Chiwega ngave Chiwega akabva chi. But so far, apart from the coup, he hasn't really done anything static apart from Nyaya fireman SF, of which that guy is soldier. You wouldn't expect anything else. President ED has spoiled his cabinet ministers Nema Range Rover worth around 2 million at a time where the country is experiencing massive fuel shortages. Massive. And this guy gets top of the range Land Rover discoveries for his cabinet. with the majority of citizens getting poorer by the day by owing to the biting economic crisis. The cash-strapped government of President Emmerson Mnangagwa has splashed over 2 million on top of the range Land Rover Discovery vehicles for our cabinet ministers. Okay, nyaya yengere Daily News on Sunday today, and we all know the Daily News and it's one of the papers that are actually captured in Zimbabwe. The Daily News on Sunday revealed that these cars were acquired at an estimated cost of 107,000 each. I mean, massive savings mangani iyo, translating to a combined total of 2.14 million for the 20 full cabinet ministers' cars, which is claimed they were handpicked by Mnangagwa in September this year, September, October, November, December, less than 3 months ago. Dubbed in motoring circles as the master car, the new Land Rover Discovery has many exclusive signature features that make it preserve for the rich. So now some people were defending ED, like Deputy Information Minister Energy Mtodi confirmed the development, but said that the vehicles were purchased after the power shift in government and not after the July 30 polls. So these guys, they're claiming we bought them before the election. Even if you bought them, you could actually liquidate those vehicles and use the funds. So when the country needs $5 million fuel per week, we're having a situation where the president is spoiling the cabinet with top of the range cars, which is a very, very sad story, sad situation. Big up to everybody who's watching us live right about now. Enough respect. Thank you guys for supporting TV7 Live. Okay, Musa Dibe Okanama likes. So right about now, I'm just gonna check Kuti. I just want to check a certain link. Okay, Kandaima likes. When we end this broadcast, our likes and Fanongaro above 100, at least above 100, and it at least above 100.
You know it's Dr. Clarence. Let me clear me larynx, me pharynx, me trachea, me voice box. It's the sign sound. Let me show them where the real doctor, right? Hanze unser benzoxil nimbo puta doppel mayene unser epinephrine nimbo pusta adrenaline opati skubata unza kuno proteini unza nipropaini ndimbo sorota spayini musarove mapirite musina diagnosis munoskwadza brain frata kana sese kuzimara musisa gaye msina synopsis musingwa nemapolisa okuisai muchitokisi maura ya oblangata fronta uloba isina data talamasi hypothalamus hippocampus cerebral cortex kopasi shisava pasi makluza focus mango saraka kasi mudumo menyo makawa ya liver yava frakazi diodnam vena kava gallbladder icha recover atari capillary chango saraki kuyisa ikomochari monofira ikoko bari kutakwande mapiriti
Okay guys, I'm back. Okay, sorry about that.
Dr. Clarence, yes, I am. Yeah. You know it's the dance so special.
Just gonna check your comments before we proceed.
That's a D in English.
Come on, man, come on.
Right.
I don't know what's happening with my comments. Sorry about that. Hey, something is happening. Come on. Big up Tobias, Miguel, Lynette says our network yachona mawani. Majigis Edutomada, Pakaipa Miros Jakarasi. Tichangote Pacha. Alright, Tichangote Pacha. How is it? Linet Musoko, Mary Mazungu network yacho number 1. Doku mukatengesa TV7 Live. Majitengesa uye matitengesa. At the end of the day, when somebody is trying to be patriotic and do something for the people, and the people do not support Zimbabwe, then loses that talent. We have seen that happening. ZANU-PF is a political party that harnesses talent and that that nurtures talent, that takes in talent. I'll tell you something. I have Chiwenga's number in my phone. I call him, he picks up the phone. I have President Mnangagwa's phone number in my phone. I call him, he picks up the phone. I have Nelson Chamisa's number in my phone. He has never picked up a phone even once or replied a WhatsApp message. Big up Chiwega says, why Zimbabwe? Why? Linet Musoko network one. How is it now? I hope. Can somebody talk to me with signal? He said, Chango de Facha Ngepamzinda Yipi. That's so crazy. Seems cars are more important than people. Yes, Channel Mungojo. I'm very glad you wrote that comment. It seems cars are more important than people. When you are in Zimbabwe with Nenya mindset yedu, our characteristics and our character, sometimes people who just realize that it's better off to leave these people alone and stop trying to help them. Because when you're trying to help people, in most of the cases, you are persecuted, backbiting people, jealous people. When you're trying to do something for the community, what do people do? They come and attack you. Just like what's happening on my channel. I'm trying to do some community service. Then, at the end of the day, alright. In my few months, in my few years, researching what's happening in Zimbabwe trends, I've discovered a lot of information. And when you try to speak to people, the people don't actually even understand anything. At the end of the day, they actually fight you and curse you. At the end of the day, you can track a right? You see, Gilvers cannot tunga. These guys, they do not worry about people, they worry about themselves. Tawanda mapondera. Zili say Bruno Mutindi. Jirikufara here. Bruno Mutindi, we are just talking Zimbabwe. Okay. It's 1 day fuel. 2 million, 2.1 million. But guys, do we think isusu kuti mu Zimbabwe munomu tingashaye mari yekuhoda fuel? Do you think we don't have individuals who have this money yekuhoda fuel, who are willing to invest their funds to venture into the fuel business? The problem is simple. These guys are still selling fuel on my bond notes just because my civil servants are on my bond notes. We should appreciate our civil servants more. There are less than 1 million people. Less than 1 million of civil servants. And as long as we don't help them, to us are very vulnerable without anybody standing for them. Because in Zimbabwe, our situation is not only starting from the presidential level or from the ministerial level. Everybody is corrupt in Zimbabwe. Everybody is a money changer in Zimbabwe. Everybody is a thief. Everybody is a basic commodity holder. Everybody is a profiteer. Everybody is a capitalist. Everybody is selfish in Zimbabwe. We have pharmacies that are still selling US dollar. Okay, but it did a program, okay, incorporated some Indian counterparts, yes, to get medicines for the pharmacies. And if the pharmacies present their bond notes, they get the allocations of drug, the allocations of money to acquire, to procure the drugs, but people are still taking advantage of what is happening. We have people with US dollar accounts who do not know. When you go to the supermarket, 1:1. Does it make sense? You have an American Express card from a foreign bank. You want to come here in Zimbabwe, you want to pay your duty with your card. Unza cash. Nazimra officer. Sinakwenda uchikoro. Singatomboziye business. Singaziye economics. Probably akanyira form 4 over 6 years. That person is making economic decisions for you. Come on, guys. That if you use that American Express Visa card in Zimbabwe, you're actually bringing forex to Zimbabwe. At the end of the day, people are now opting going offshore. Josa, Chichi, investing elsewhere. What makes Zimbabwe our country? What makes Zimbabwe? So okay. Prismunya 10. Say. Naidok Muri Africa with Zimbabwe. Nyarais quiet. I don't know what's happening. This computer is playing up today. Slow. Okay, my bulbs have been blowing up all day. Sakandakati Zokaiku. Mandates with a song. ndipo up yaidzoka ndakati dzokai kumumanzi mandidzwisa ndamotaura nyaya kuti in Zimbabwe we celebrate mediocrity, and anything that is not mediocre is always suppressed. You see, I think I've answered you there. Ali G zviri sei ndichangobva kusvika Doc hanzi chiko. You can actually rewind the video bekutanga Dr. makatengesa TV matengesa. Okay, give us Doc kana ndima iri yenyu munobudirira chete makazara kudaro pakaipa guys. Says he is a very lunatic minded. I don't know why anybody will write such a comment. Pakaipa ndokuti deep fair mari yebonus yakatopera, imagine, and it was not even enough. Less than $300 bonus is already gone. Tony Duri kikima wani apa ndo pamunochema kuti sanctions, yes, they are affecting, but we have deeper problems, and the biggest problem is us as a people. Addison says $2 million is nothing, it's one day worth of fuel. This comment by Addison shows you the Zimbabwean mentality yema Zimbabwean kuti munhu anonyora comment 2 million is nothing, it's a day's worth of fuel. So we have people like this guy in our country, do the majority of us, you know, somebody who writes such a shallow comment thinking that they've actually written something very, very intelligent. It's a pity. And it usashore zvikuitwa nevamwe vanhu kana zvikutorwa nevamwe vanhu. If you don't have an alternative, argue with facts. Kwete vanhu vanonyora macomments kuti he is very lunatic. Tsvagai mabasa. You see, those bullying people trying to make themselves feel better by attacking other people. Seems car I don't know what's happening with my comments. My comments are going those same comments, which is very, very sad and boring.
Novanongesa sachoka vachichamba nekujabula sekujamaika ndakachengetwa naJesu Jehovha Jaire K kumangoma kubasa kwangu kwandinoshanda kurumedza kutiza ndovadzidzisa mangoma.
Bear with me guys, you know all the time my phone is my computer and PC is playing up.
Yeah.
Hey, doctor.
Yeah, the fire.
That's new one, is it?
Yeah, that's new one. Red Dynamos. When you take TV and the Kukanganwe, Sandakaona in the Andisukanganwe. Sakaziri Sukutu Chacha, Vakandipinza.
I think I'm going to end this broadcast here. My machine is playing up. I don't know what's happening. Alright, so I'm going to come back by 9 o'clock with a call-in session. The title is simple. I will give you per next video. Pachona. Alright, this thing is come on man. It's actually bad, man. Sorry guys, fuck. Sorry, hey. Just gonna